Hello everyone. It's a little dark in here, but it's not gonna stop me from doing this video. Yay! Okay, so I am doing this video for Miss Selleena Varner because she is writing a blog and asking me questions, basically interviewing me as a DJ. How fun! Metal Under the Sea show gets to be interviewed. Yay. Okay. So, anyway, I'm going to be answering her questions on here, and I will be retyping them back into the messaging thing to send back to her. And this is basically like a little surprise. So when she gets it, she'll be like, yay! I don't know how she'll be, so let's hope it goes well. So anyway, Selleena asks me, here's the first question. It says, how did you get the job on Rock Addict Radio hosting Metal Under the Sea show? That's a very good question, which everybody asks me. I always have this huge story because technically, without knowing about Rock Addict Radio, I probably wouldn't have gotten to DJ for them. So this is how I technically found out about Rock Addict Radio. My friend Cameron, or Camsters, he is part of two bands, Rock and Roll Villain Society, which I've known for 9 years, and the Eyesores. And he decided one night, he's just like, hey, why don't you come on this internet radio site and listen in, and if you like it, hey. I said, okay, sure. It was giving me more relaxation time away from the kids, so I was like, yeah, why not? All right. So I came in and I became a listener of Rock Addict Radio, and I think it's been like, I want to say 2-3 years. It's been since I actually moved here. So I think it's been like a couple years, close to 3 years, since I've been listening to Rock Addict Radio. And one day, just out of the blue listening, I became, like I said, I became friends with all the DJs on there. Renee, Carol, also the listeners like Zombie, which is Amy and Joe and them. So I became friends with a whole bunch, a big group of people in the chat room. And one day Carol was like, Renee and me are looking for DJs, and I would like to know if you're interested in being a DJ. I'm like, I have no experience whatsoever with this, but I've always wanted to do it. So I'm like, well, sure, yeah, I'm totally interested. That would be awesome, and me being freaked out, like, I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if I can, but, I still wanted to do it. I wanted to have the experience, and, I was like, well, I'll try it. If I don't enjoy it, I'll just, I'll let you guys know, and so I got interviewed for being a DJ on the Window Licker Sister show, which was pretty awesome. And Renee's like, well, we'll get back with you, like, within, a day or so. So I said, okay. And finally they called and they're like, well, you're going to be our new DJ. And then we were trying to figure out show names. And Carol's like, well, your name is Ariels, so why not have something to do with the Little Mermaid? Alrighty, I can see where this is gonna go. So I was like, yeah, that would be something cool to incorporate. So she was like, what about like music or Metal Under the Sea? And I said, Metal Under the Sea sounds pretty freaking cool. And she's like, yeah, that would be awesome, Metal Under the Sea. So I was like, well, I guess I'm gonna end up becoming the mermaid DJ of Rock Addict Radio. So that's how we came up with Metal Under the Sea. That's how I technically got Rock Addict, a job at Rock Addict Radio, which is pretty awesome. I love every minute of it. Just absolutely love it. I love talking to the listeners. Love everything about it. Next question. Are there any funny moments DJing? Yep, there are. There are a lot of funny moments DJing. I can think of a few since my friend Cameron popped up just now on my little messenger. I can think of a few which involve Cameron. Him and Amy were the only two in my chat one day, and we're like, Amy decided to request a song. I end up telling this story like maybe 2 or 3 times on my show, so listen up. Amy's like, hey, why don't you play One Last American Dream by Rock and Roll Villain Society? Me being friends with Rock and Roll Villain Society for 9 years, I'm usually the one who gets that music first, and I already have it because I'm a fan of them, and one of their friends, and I didn't think about it, but I'm like, that sounds like one of their new ones that I haven't gotten yet. Like maybe Renee and Carol have it. So I told Cancers, I said I don't think I even have this song. Cameron's like, you should have it. He's like, it's one of our old ones. Okay. I felt really dumb because I went back to go look and I was like, oh God. So I had a huge brain fart. I'm like, shh, you can't tell anybody that I did that. And I was like, ah, crap. I'm like, we cannot tell nobody that I had a brain fart about Rock and Roll Villain Society because then I'd probably like die. And I was like, shh, nobody tell Kitty that I did that, because we had another girl in the chat named Kitty who is also a huge fan of Rock and Roll Villain Society, so it was really funny because me and her always play and go at it, and I'm like, I had a huge brain fart. I shouldn't have. So that was one of my funny moments. Besides talking about, everybody knows I talk about my parents on the show. I talk about my mom, how she basically fucked up a smoothie one day and turned it black. Couldn't eat it, couldn't drink it, nothing. And then another one was about my dad. But if you listen to Metal Under the Sea, there are a ton of funny moments. That's how I basically run my show, is with a ton of funnies. I'll incorporate Foamy, Monty Python. I'll incorporate funny stories from my life in the past or to the present. Things that happen on a daily basis. I make fun of my friends and my family on my show. It doesn't really make a whole lot of difference to me, because they all know those stories and they're like, why do you gotta tell your listeners that? Okay, it happens. So yes, I do have a lot of funny moments. Next question. You got to talk to many artists. Do you have a favorite one you talked to on the show? No. I don't have a favorite because, to me, I've met a lot of artists. I've met a lot of, I've just met a lot of people through my years. And even without being a DJ, that's where I met most the artists that, I basically try and get on my show. Before I was DJing, I used to go to concerts and just meet bands in the first place, and I always loved doing that, always loved getting autographs, collecting them, which I do from my autograph wall, in my room, of course. I'm not in my room, as you guys can tell. So, I was doing that before Rock Addict Radio, but when I joined Rock Addict Radio, and I finally got my first interview, which was in January, well, it was a little bit before January, I interviewed a band named Murata, and they were pretty freaking awesome, pretty cool, pretty great band to talk to. And then after that, I talked to Scott Webster. He was on Rock On Radio with Danny Coleman, and after that, I got to interview a contestant from one of my favorite TV shows called Face Off, sci-fi TV series. I got to interview Julian, Logan, Rob. I've gotten to interview Jamie, Kelly. You know, I love every moment, every interview I ever have on Rock Addict Radio, especially Nick James, 609. Korazik. I could keep going and going, and there are some priceless stories about the artists and the people I interview. It's great. You know, we have a whole ton of fun on our show, so it's great. So no, I really don't have a favorite. Basically, any interview I have is my favorite, because just getting the chance to talk to them and having them take the opportunity to be on my show, it's amazing. And I thank every single one of them for being on my show and for giving me that opportunity and that experience. So thank you, everybody. Mwah. Next question. I know your kids are the heart and soul of my show. Do you see them following in your footsteps being a DJ later in life? I want to say yes, because as you guys know, I DJ for my kids and because of my kids. It's I don't know how to explain this. My kids, I wanted to raise like kind of how my dad raised me, with music, where they could listen to my music, or they could listen to newfound music that, you know, you go along the way. And I wanted to basically raise my kids to love music, to love art, to cherish that. And with Melody and Benny, they love DJing with me. They love that time with their mom, and it's amazing, you know. And I love seeing them get the hang of it too, because Melody loves talking on the air. She catches on any moment of my show. She'll just be like, "You're listening to Rock Addict Radio with my mom, DJ, you know, Ariel," and then she'll do her little thing. I'm the mini DJ, me, you know, DJ Melody. It's cute. It's adorable, and I can't say that I don't want them to follow, but I think later on in life, when they get older and they know how to work the program and everything, I'm so sure that my kids are going to want to join me on Metal Under the Sea, and I'm very glad and happy if they do. And if they ever want to be like their mom, definitely, I would say later on in life, follow in my footsteps. That would be great. Next question. She asks, you have up some wonderful photos of your sculpture and art. What got you into it? I've always loved music. I've always loved art. I've always loved sculpting and stuff. But when I really got into it was high school. When I was in high school, I took an art class. And I had a teacher, Mr. Sanderson. He basically inspired me every day and gave pointer tips on how, you know, what to do, how to do it, when it came to anything in art, anything he was teaching us. I would draw. He would tell us we can't draw cartoons in our sketchbook. I did that anyway. I didn't, you know, to me, I was like, I love cartoons, but I'm only going to draw like one, and then I'll draw like landscapes or uh, you know, other characters or something. You know, I drew a whole ton of different stuff when it came to sketching. Even though he told us not to draw it, I still drew it because it was something I knew how to draw, and I knew how to draw and everything else. So, but Mr. Sanderson brought out this clay, and he's like, I want you to sculpt like a pottery glass or some, pottery or something out of this. And for me, we were just, it was just learning. I was just learning how to sculpt. And I was like, oh my God, I don't know how to do this crap. I'm not sure how to do this. And in fact, I made my mom, I ended up turning it into something else later, but I made my mom this bowl, and she still has it in her room. I'll have to get it and show you, so let's pause this for a second. I'll have to find it later, but she still has it somewhere. It was a bowl. It's got like SpongeBob. It's got a SpongeBob face on it. It's got a pentagram and a pentagon on it, and it's got a whole ton of different little designs on it. But later on, I ended up turning it into an ashtray because my mom smoked a lot, so I was like, well, it's a bowl. And then once it started breaking, like on the inside, I was like, oh, well, now it's an ashtray, so there you go. So I took out the pieces and said, well, this is where you can put stuff, and this is where you can put your ashes. And so it was pretty decent. Like I said, I was just learning how to sculpt, and I mean, the bowl would have looked like really, really rough, but not how my sculptures look now. Like my jack heads and my other sculptures like onyx and everything that I've ever sculpted. So basically, I had a teacher that inspired me to go into art. Well, not go into it, but keep pursuing art. So I did. I took a lot of his classes and loved taking his classes. He was like the best teacher ever on that. So I enjoyed that. But I was into art. I was more into sketching and painting, like little dot paintings and all that other stuff. I just like being creative. My dad actually he showed me his cartoon drawings. The reason why I like to draw cartoons is because my dad used to draw them, and he taught me how to draw a few, and I pursued it from there. So I was more into music though. Back then, I played my cello for, I want to say 12 years, 12, 13 years, maybe more than that. So, and I always had Mrs. Cook or Mr. Thomas. Those were my only two teachers I had for my cello. So I was more into music. I was more into singing. I was more into all that, and I pursued art later on in life. And it was mainly because I wanted to do more with my creativity, and that's just how it went. Best concert I've seen. She asked me the best concert I've seen. I can, as I said, it would have to be the Seether and Breaking Benjamin concert, along with 3 Days Grace and Neverset. It was because I got to see three of my top bands that I listened to in one concert, and that was just the best. Seeing it with my dad and my dad's friend Eric, or my best friend Eric, as well. It was an amazing experience. So it made me keep going to concerts even more. So just boosted up my excitement. I also have been to concerts lately when I've been with Rock Addict Radio. I went to see I Kill Ya and Final Drive, also Everlit. I interviewed Everlit about, I would say it was about a month before they actually were here in Michigan. They went to go play at St. Andrew's Hall. That was a great show. Got to hang out with Ryan and Jordan. So it was pretty great. Got to hang out with most of the band. And then I went, as I said, I went to I Kill Ya and Final Drive. Finally got to meet Jordan and Final Drive. I also finally got to meet I Kill Ya. So it was great. It was awesome talking to Jason from I Kill Ya and getting to talk to Jordan a little bit more. Also a few other band members. It was just the best show, and they are amazing. Also, if you ever have a chance, go check them out. But yeah, those were some of the best concerts I've seen. Their next question: are there some artists you would like to name us fans to check out? Yeah, definitely. There are a ton of artists I would recommend you guys to. If you guys would like to, you guys can check out Final Drive. You guys could check out I Kill Ya, Korazik, Everlit. You guys could check out Snake Fist. Any band on Rock Addict Radio, I recommend you to check out. Especially some of the Rock on Radio music that I actually play on my show, like Scott Webster, Scott Elk, Sam Sims, all those great artists, also from Jersey. And 609, check them out. You guys should check out so many bands on our site. Tune into Rock Addict Radio every day, and you guys could hear kick-ass bands just to check out. In this moment, I could keep going and going and going. Steel Panther, Boba Flex, From Ashes to New. They're pretty badass as well. Let's see. Man, just so many. So check out Rock Addict Radio every single day, and you guys will get to see what bands you guys like, and which you're like, hey, yay. Don't ask. My favorite holiday dish. Oh, that's interesting. That's an interesting question. My favorite holiday dish. What is my favorite holiday dish? Well, back when my grandma, for the holidays, I go to my grandma's. I go to my grandma Veloquitz and my grandma Fortman's. Christmas Eve, my Christmas Eve holiday dish, I love my grandma's sweet potatoes and deviled eggs. My grandma Veloquitz. She made awesome sweet potatoes and deviled eggs. She also makes great ham. So, I can't really pick a good holiday dish because I love my grandparents' cooking so much that it's like, this dish is basically my holiday dish. So my grandma Veloquitz, sweet potato and deviled eggs, and then at my grandma Fortman's, she makes awesome noodles and turkey and a cheese ball. It's just awesome. So those are my favorite holiday dishes, basically, are my grandparents' homemade food. 3 must-haves when leaving your house. Oh, shit. 3 must-haves. Well, I have to take my kids everywhere, so major one is my kids, my wallet, and my cell phone. Those are my 3 major must-haves leaving this house. Because I can't help it, but I take my kids and my phone, everything in my purse. It's like it's got to come with me. So I would say the must-haves would be my wallet, my kids, and my phone. Without one of those, I think I'd freak out. Like, where the hell are my kids? Or where I've done that once. Where the hell is my wallet? You know, I've left the house without my wallet, and I flip out so badly. I had to make somebody else come back and pick it up. I'm like, oh, I feel so bad. So those are my must-haves. So gotta have the kids with you every single time. They make the trips more interesting. I see you have been to Comic-Con. What do you love most about it? Well, I've been to Comic-Con once. And it was my first ever Comic-Con. It was the Motor City Comic-Con. And out in Novi. And I took my friend, and also he was also my photographer, Ian. I guess what you could say I loved most about it was I loved meeting some of the cosplayers that went there. I also loved getting to meet Robert Englund. That was the best ever. That was like my dream come true. You have no idea. This DJ has like wanted to meet Robert Englund since she's heard about Freddy Krueger. And, you know, it was, I am so thankful. Oh, man, this camera is just whacking out. But it's the last question. So here's my, like I said, my full answer. Meeting Robert Englund, meeting Rob Miller from Face Off and his family. It was just amazing. Comic-Con was a great experience. And I think that I would go again if I ever get the chance. So, and I'm hopefully going for this year, maybe. If not, I'm gonna try something different. But I do know that I am going to Rocklahoma with Renee and Carol and them. So it's definitely, that'll be a new experience for me, and I cannot wait to do that. So, but I did love seeing the cosplayers. Did get to see a lot of Harley Quinns, which is my favorite. So I definitely loved getting to see all that. But that was the last question she asked me, which I don't know why it stopped out at 8 minutes on my camera. And I don't know why it stopped out 3 seconds in. So I can't wait to put this video together, and I cannot wait for everyone to see it. If you guys have the chance and you know, want to check out Sellena's blog, you can on Facebook. So have fun, everybody. And Metal Under the Sea loves you guys, and thank you, Selleena, for interviewing me. Thank you for asking me all these questions. I love answering questions. That's my favorite part. So definitely, I cannot wait to send you this video for you to see. But that is me. That is Metal Under the Sea. That is DJ Ariel, aka Theo. I'm so shocked that the nickname question didn't pop up there. I'm like, oh, I was really looking for that one. I was like, I wonder if she mentioned something about my nickname. I'm like, nope. All right. So anyway, love you guys, and tune in to Metal Under the Sea shows every Tuesday starting at 2 p.m. and I go most of the day anyway. Also, I play rock on radio on Tuesdays at 8:30 p.m. No, it's at 6:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. And then I get on Fridays at 9 p.m. So it's all Eastern Standard Time. So check us out. Go to Rock Addict Radio. Hear your favorite bands. Check them out. I will give you guys my URLs if you want to check me out on Facebook. It's www.facebook.com/metal-under-the-sea show. If you want to get to know me as, on my personal account, it's Facebook/NerdsGF4Life. So check me out. I'm on Twitter. My Twitter is at Ariel _ Ariel at Ariel _is_ today. And then my Instagram is at DJ Ariel M. Fortman. So check me out, follow me, tweet me, do whatever you need, ask me questions.
I do, actually, yeah.
I will always answer them on the air and through video, so have fun. Love you, Selleena. Thank you. Mwah.
When you're on the bridge of death, don't hold your final breath, because life will get you in the end. Life can drive you round the bend. You think it's never gonna end. Then somebody comes along and reminds you in a song that life will get you in the end. Rattling round the universe as a human being, while it could be worse. Life's a gift, it's not a curse. So live, go, blimey, and life will get you in the end. And so farewell to you, my friend. One final thing to try is bend and kiss your ass goodbye, 'cause life will get you in the end.